Hello and greetings to you. Thank you so much because for your good gestures, your support, your watch time, and sharing, liking the videos, subscribing to. I want to thank you because of all these things. Now today we draw the curtain on the functions of copper, dietary copper. We started it. And on copper, we looked at the historical perspective. I want to say that if you missed any of the previous videos, please do well to go to the previous video. In that case, you'll be able to follow the flow. Now, in the very last one, we started with the functions of dietary copper. We'll come to see that it has a wide range of physiological functions, just like zinc. And we started. Now, I touched briefly on the function of the antioxidant defense of copper. I want to talk briefly on it before I move ahead to this. Now, I was saying that, like last week, just a quick recap, that copper is actually very, very important in the formation of usable iron. And you know that the usable iron is the ferrous, that is iron 2, and also the storage form of iron is the ferric, which is iron 3. Now the ferrous which is iron 2, is actually very important in the formation of hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is the molecule that helps in the transportation of oxygen all over the body, and it's in the blood, white blood cell. Now that is to tell you that copper is very important. Now we also looked last video that copper is also very important in ATP, that is production of adenosine triphosphate, which is the energy currency that the body recognizes. So very important in energy production. And then let's go here quickly because of the length of the video. Now copper, we've said, is important in antioxidant defense. Now, when we talk about antioxidants, that means these are substances that have the ability to prevent oxidative stress. Now, what is oxidative stress? Oxidative stress refers to the activity, damaging activity of free radicals. Now, look at free radicals here. Free radicals happen to be dangerous. What are free radicals? They are molecules that have lost electron, and because they have lost electron, they become unstable. Their unstable nature causes stress on other cells, their cell membrane, and proteins in the body, including the DNA, which causes mutation of DNA, which also leads to things like cancer. Some people will say, well, I don't know what cause, we don't know the cause of cancer. Many of them cause from free radical activities of free radicals. Now, how do free radicals come? Usually from lifestyle that is not healthy. Smoking leads to free radicals. Alcoholism can lead to it. Stress, and also exposure to radiation. Certain radiation, you use so many things that emits radiations and emits rays that are dangerous. These are also things that causes free radicals. And free radicals in turn, molecules that have lost electron, have detrimental effects on the DNA, the cell membrane of other healthy cells, making them become less. So what antioxidant does that? Like antioxidant, for example, you have vitamin E is an antioxidant, vitamin C is an antioxidant, and vitamin A in form of beta carotene is an antioxidant. There's also selenium. Selenium is an antioxidant. Zinc is an antioxidant, and also copper. What these do is that, you free radicals, you want electron, all right, take electrons. So what they do is that they donate electron to the free radicals, therefore making the free radical become stable. So when they are stable, their detrimental and damaging function is not kind of nipped in the bud, controlled. So what copper does, along with selenium, zinc, vitamin E. You've heard of vitamin E being an antioxidant, and also vitamin C and vitamin A. They donate electron to free radicals, making them stable. So copper happens to be a component part of superoxidase dismutase that help in protecting the body from free radicals. Very important function. So food sources that have copper have, like we said, you can check that we looked at the sources of dietary copper. Check the previous video. Green leafy vegetables, its liver, and its snail, you get copper. Then look at nervous system health. The function of copper, how it relates to nervous system. Now, copper is said to be involved in the formation of myelin sheaths. Question: what is myelin sheath? Now, myelin sheath, what it does is that it helps in transmitting of impulses, signals, and the other. But what's myelin sheath? Now, myelin sheath is the lipid or fat cover or coating of the neurotransmitters, the neurons. Now think of it this way, like a wire. A wire has the rubber coating. They call them insulators. Now what's the function of the insulator? The same thing, exactly the same thing with myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is the coating, the covering of the wire. Now it, number one, prevents loss of currency, loss of current. This also prevents loss of energy, loss of transmission signals. So once there's no loss, that means there is what? Concentration of what? The signal. And it also helps signals, number three, to go fast, a kind of jumping, a kind of, they call it saltatory kind of jumping conduction, saltatory conduction. So myelin sheath, once it coats the wire or coats the neurotransmitters, transmission goes very fast. So someone touches you, your brain interprets it very fast. So they do that, they cover the neurons that leads to the brain, the spinal cord, and other parts of the body. So that's what that neurotransmitter. So what it does is that copper is a very important part in the production of myelin sheath that covers. So once the myelin sheaths are produced enough in the presence of copper, they are able to coat neurotransmitters, therefore helping speedy transmission of nervous impulses. So when you eat copper, dietary from the sources, you're also helping the child. Now, what does that do? It helps the development of brain of children brain and adolescents. So it helps the development of that. Now, number three is pigmentation. Now, pigmentation, it doesn't have anything to do with pig, just like that. It has to do with color. Now, pigmentation has to do with color or coloration. Now, copper is a cofactor. Now, what are cofactors? Cofactors are like the tools that enzymes use to work. So enzymes need to perform their work. What are enzymes? Enzymes are chemical substances that speed up chemical reactions without themselves getting used up in the process. So they need to do their work, but they need tools, just like a carpenter needs a tool. So a tool in the production of melanin. Melanin is the protein that is responsible for color or coloration of the skin, the eyes, and yes, the hair, and also some other parts and internal organs. So in the production of melanin, a cofactor that the enzyme requires is copper. So copper is important in the production of this. Now, one enzyme that's used in production is called tyrosine. Tyrosine is an amino acid called amino acid. So in the production of this tyrosine is called an enzyme called tyrosinase. Tyrosinase. Now remember I told you in the previous videos, something most ending with ASE, means it's an enzyme. So the enzyme required to produce tyrosine, which also in turn produces melanin, a cofactor that it uses to work is copper. So copper is an important cofactor for tyrosine, production of this. And then the immune function. Now, copper supports the white blood cells' activities and overall immunity. How does it do that? White blood cells, what's the function for some white blood cells? They help to fight pathogens. Question, what are pathogens? Pathogens are disease-causing microorganisms. Now, how does copper do this? What copper does is that it produces energy. Go back to the previous video, we talked about production of energy, that in form of ATP. So the energy produced helps white blood cells to work. And so with the energy produced in form of ATP, white blood cells use to work and to fight against pathogens and other functions too. Now, if there are other functions you think I did not have touched, put in the comment section, ask a question. If there are areas where you think you did not understand, you want more light on it, let's know. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. If you do not like, please like, share, make your comments. Thank you so much. Good to have you. I think about now. Thank you.